Welcome to the DL Boxing Podcast. I am your host, Coach D, along with co-host neighborhood hero Ryan Rios and Bad Chaz, where we talk about the sport you and I love, boxing. Well, guys, welcome to episode 31. I hope all our viewers had a great and blessed Easter weekend. Guys, did you guys have a great weekend?
Yeah. How about you guys?
Amazing week, man. I was on vacation, man, and I went to Disneyland, had a birthday party, Easter, man, did it all. Still trying to recover, man.
I bet, man. How about you, Chaz?
Just hung out with the family, man. Got a chance to kind of tie up some loose ends around the house, some chores that I've just kind of been putting on the back burner, and finally all caught up.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Well, I'm glad we're together. This is episode 31, guys, so let's get right into it. All right, guys, well, it's time to recap the fights that happened last Saturday night. Let's start off with the DAZN card, which featured Fresno's own Marc Castro, who scored an impressive TKO in round number 7 over Ricardo Lopez. Bad Chaz, what'd you think of Castro's performance?
Oh, I think he looked sharp, man. He moved around the ring really well, and he had a great punch selections. You know, he threw combinations, set up upstairs shots, you know what I mean? And I think he had a great performance. I think that I'd like to probably see him gonna move to maybe 10 rounds next.
Yeah, you're right. This was a scheduled 8-rounder. He finished it within the 8 rounds in the 7th round. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, Castro, like Bad Chaz said, he put his combinations together. They're just looking more smoother and smoother fight by fight. Is that what you saw?
You know what? I thought he looked good, man. He's going longer rounds. I think he looked more seasoned, and I think, he's ready for some bigger names, dude. I want to see him fight in Fresno.
Yeah, that'd be great, right? He would headline Fresno. He would sell it out. And we'd surely be there, man. So congratulations, Marc Castro, on your 7th round TKO victory. All right, guys. Also on that card, we had none other than Jesse Bam Rodriguez score a unanimous decision over 12 rounds over Cristian Gonzalez. Bam Rodriguez becomes the youngest 2-division champ, winning the WBO flyweight championship of the world, guys. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, what'd you think of Bam's performance?
You know what? Again, most people won't agree with me, but I thought he looked good. It kind of reminded me when Boots fought his last fight with Karen.
Yeah, you're
where
right.
he was just a better fighter, but that Karen just pop shotted him, moved out of the way, and kind of made Boots look a little, like he couldn't figure him out.
Yeah, more than less than spectacular, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I seen with Bam and Cristian. I felt like Cristian kind of had the same game plan. He was pop shotting him, backing away, but at the same time, Bam stuck to that game plan and just mauled him. And I want to say it was a 6th round where Cristian broke the jaw of Bam.
Wow, yeah.
But what impressed me was Bam still was relentless, man. With that broken jaw, you think a fighter would back off and kind of like refigure, rethink what he wants to do. But that wasn't the game plan. Bam just went full force, and man, he actually looked durable, looked tough, man. And I thought he did well.
You're right, man. Bad Chaz, I didn't even know Bam had broken his jaw. Right, that's how tough and rugged he fought on. He not giving any clues of the injury. What did you think of Gonzalez's game plan to move around and use that ring to his advantage?
I think it was perfect for what how he needed to fight that night.
Yeah.
Bam's not somebody you want to stay in front of in an exchange with. Otherwise, that fight would have ended earlier. But Bam just showed his skills. While under pressure. And I didn't know his jaw was broken until later.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, man, he just showed another level of heart. There's not too many fighters that can fight through an injury like that. And man, he just earned a lot more respect from me and a lot more boxing fans. And you know what, Gonzalez did a great job. Kind of trying to keep him away, and he had power in his hands as well. So
right.
He had a good test, and I think that he did good.
Yeah, well said. Good test indeed. Yeah. I'm sure his hometown in San Antonio, his fans were happy with the performance, the grit that Bam showed, and they have a 2-time division world champ from San Antonio, Texas. So congratulations, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, on your victory. All right, guys, let's recap the top-ranked card, which featured Keyshawn Davis earning a tough, well, actually not very tough, rather easy 9th round TKO over Anthony Yigit. Bad Chaz, Keyshawn Davis just looks smooth as heck, right?
Yeah, you know what? He stays in the pocket. He shows good offense and defense. What I like about him is, man, he just sets up some beautiful uppercuts and body shots. You know what I mean, to kind of devastate his opponent. And I can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, you're right. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, Keyshawn Davis, just kind of looked like he's from the same cloth as like a Shakur Stevenson, right? Just does what he's going to do in there. You're at his mercy. It seems like his accuracy is just pinpoint accuracy. Seems like he rarely misses, and he hurts that body like nobody's business. How'd you see his performance, man?
Yeah, no, I see the same things too. And what I like about him too is that he wants the big guys, dude. He's calling out some of those big names, and like you're saying, he's cut from the same cloth as Shakur, and Shakur doesn't duck anybody.
Yeah.
It's just the guys are gonna duck him, you know, just for looking that great. So I mean, I think if he doesn't look so great, maybe they might want to get in the ring with him. But for right now, man, he's gonna be avoided for sure.
They're steering clear. Yeah, well said, neighborhood hero Ryan Rios. Congratulations, Keyshawn Davis, on that 9th round TKO. All right, guys. Now in the heavyweight division, we had Jared Anderson take on unbeaten George Arias. And, well, it was a no contest, really. Jared Anderson takes him out within 3 rounds. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, what impressed you about Jared Anderson?
Just the fact that he's getting better and better, man. It doesn't look like anybody that's been in the ring with him has even close to that level of skill, power, just technique. So I'm just hoping that he can maybe get a bigger name in there just to test him a little bit, see what he's made of. But right now, man, he looks great, dude. Sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, Bad Chaz, that power's for reals, right?
Oh man, it's amazing. And you know what impresses me the most is he's a switch hitter. So I mean, you know, he could hit you like you know, in an orthodox position, but then he'll switch over to southpaw.
Like
and
he
then
did in this fight.
There's even more pop in his punch, you know. And I mean, he just overwhelms his opponent with power, and it kind of just troubles him early to where that they can't even last the fight.
Yeah, well said. He is now 14-0 with 14 KOs. We can't wait to see where this takes him next. Congratulations, Jared Anderson. All right, guys. Well, let's go to the main event, which saw Shakur Stevenson just thoroughly dominate Shuichiro Yoshino. 6th round TKO, Bad Chaz. Shakur Stevenson just looked impeccable in that fight.
Yeah.
I've never seen punches. It's been a long time since combinations impressed me, and Stevenson impressed me a whole lot.
Yeah, his punches are accurate. They're well placed. He has a great selection of punches to throw at his opponent. He stays on the inside with them, you know what I mean? And he kind of knows when to move. It's like he's like water, you know. He kind of molds to his opponent, and then I mean, you know, just over time, just devastates his opponent, and they're just not expecting some of the punches that he's shown, and they're just beautiful shots landed.
Yeah. Speaking of water, neighborhood hero on reels, Stevenson swims without getting wet, right?
Yeah.
Amazing showcase of skills that he showed that night. What impressed you?
Yeah, like you said, you're just that master of deception, man.
Right.
Like it doesn't matter what stance he's in, what angles he's in, he's gonna avoid you, and then he's gonna counter with whatever it is.
You don't see it.
Yeah, whatever it is to put you down. And what I seen that I liked about Shakur is that he's not afraid to get inside that pocket, man. He's gonna fight fire with fire, dude, and that's what I like. So I mean, you can't be a critic with this guy because he does everything right, man. So I just can't wait to see him fight, like, again, one of these bigger names because he wants him. Yeah. But again, he's going to be avoided just like,
looking too good for his own good, right?
Exactly, man. Exactly. Who would want to fight that guy?
Right. Yeah. Well, reports were that Pitbull Isaac Cruz turned him down. I believe
Kambosos.
Kambosos, and so a lot of slew of fighters, and rightfully so. You don't want to get in the ring with him, man. But impressive performance. He scores 2 knockdowns over Yoshino, and the referee just calls it calls the halt in the 6th round. Kind of anticlimactic, but the domination was there. Stevenson was just thoroughly dominating Yoshino, and it was well stopped. So congratulations, Shakur Stevenson, on your 6th round TKO. All right, guys, let's move our attention to the main event on the Showtime card, which featured Brian Mendoza versus Sebastian Fundora. Fundora, the 6'6" junior middleweight who was undefeated at the time, and boy, did we see a shocking KO. Mendoza KOs Fundora in the 7th round with a big left hook, and then chops him down with a couple of shots afterwards. Man, fight of the or KO of the year already, candidate, neighborhood hero Ryan Rios. That was quite an exciting ending, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And just like you said, he chopped him down, dude, because not just one shot's going to do it. That guy's 6'6", man, and you're going to have to put him away with a few shots, and that's exactly what Mendoza did. And he went upstairs and trapped him. He caught him with a good trap, caught him off guard, and went upstairs with, was it a left hook?
Yeah, left hook.
And then stunned him.
And you pointed it out. He feinted to the body. Feinted to the body and came back to the top with the left hook. And smashed him and tranquilized him, and
then from there on he caught him with another 2, and then that was it. And you use what you have, to your advantage. So hopefully he can come back and review this fight and learn from it, because man, he has a lot of fight left in him.
Yeah,
Potential.
he does.
Exactly.
He does. Yeah, Fundora is a warrior. That Chaz 6'6", like neighborhood hero Ryan Reels mentioned. All his fights, he likes to he liked to fight in close, really negating his length and his height.
Yeah.
And well, you would think sooner than later this was eventually going to happen. And it was Mendoza that caught him with his right hand down, came over with the left hook. And well, what can Fundora learn from this?
Use his height and his reach to his advantage.
Right.
Yeah. Don't fall into these guys' games and get on the inside with them. Like, he needs to play it on the outside and use that to his advantage. I think that it's something we've talked about before, and I hope that that he can learn from this and that finally sets in. I didn't expect it to be that devastating, though.
Right, yeah. Do you think it's too late in the game, or do you think he needs a new trainer to help him, use those skills, or the fight on the outside? Do you think a new trainer is required? What do you think, Neighborhood Hero?
You know what? Again, like styles make fights, you know what I mean? But if he were to fight that style with, say, like a Tim Tszyu or a Charlo,
yes, same.
I mean, it's going to be the same outcome. So maybe it is different training. Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe
right.
if
someone that could teach him to use those tools,
exactly,
like that he hasn't used for years.
Yeah.
Right. He's used to not just going in there and the opposition that he fought, he was able to get away with it, but Mendoza made him pay this time. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see where Fundora goes from here. One would think that he's gonna start using his height, his reach, but I hope he does get the coach or the necessary training to do that correctly, where he doesn't find himself in the same situation, at least anytime soon. Yeah. But congratulations to Brian Mendoza on that Knockout of the Year candidate. All right, guys. Well, it's Fight Week. All right, guys. Let's preview the fights that are happening this weekend on ESPN Plus out of London. And the first fight, we have a women's fight where we have the return of Mikaela Mayer versus Christina Linardatou, a 10-rounder. Mikaela Mayer, 17-1, 5 KOs. Christina Linardatou, 14-2, 6 KOs. Linardatou, Chaz, is a former champion. She lost, I believe, her belt to Katie Taylor.
Okay.
And she holds you found out she holds a victory over Alicia Bumgarner.
Correct.
Yeah, which is Bumgarner's only loss. Yeah. And we know Mikaela Mayer is coming off a loss to Alicia Bumgarner. So this is a good matchup. And this is taking place at the lightweight division, 135 pounds. So Mikaela Mayer is moving up 5 pounds up in weight. What excites you about this fight, Chaz?
You know what? I just want to see Mayer get back in there. You know what I mean? Maybe get another shot down the road at Bumgarner again. And I think this is the perfect fight to kind of lean at that direction.
Yeah, right. You have a former champion in Christina, neighborhood hero Ryan Rios. So this is going to be a good test for Mikaela Mayer to get back in the game and say, hey, I'm still a top-tier woman fighter, right?
Yeah, you know what? I totally agree, because if she can beat, Christina and look impressive, I mean, that says a lot. Yeah. That says a lot to Bumgarner, too. And it gives Mayer a lot of confidence. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to this fight. I hope Mayer looks good, and man, it'd be impressive if she stops her, man, because you don't see it very often. And I hope she's that hungry to say, you know what, look what I did. You know what I mean? I stopped her, you lost. Let's run it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a good point about the weight. Well, about the weight I was going to say is going up in 5 pounds, it could be a pro or a con. The pro, it could be like Mayer has more pop in her shots. Maybe she was struggling to make 130, or going up in weight, she's going to lack even more power. And, it's going to, she's going to find the opponents bigger and stronger, and thus making fights more difficult. But we'll find out Saturday night. Do not miss Mikaela Mayer versus Christina Linardatou over 10 rounds. All right, guys. In the main event, we have the return of Joyce, who is defending his WBO interim heavyweight title against Zhilei Zhang over 12 rounds. This is an exciting heavyweight bout, guys. Joyce, 15-0, 14 knockouts. Zhilei Zhang, 24-1-1 with 19 KOs, both big heavyweights. And so this is a Mack truck versus a Mack truck. One's going to go down. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, what do you expect to see in this fight?
You know what? I'm looking forward to this fight. I like both fighters, dude. But for some reason, I'm just leaning towards Joyce. I just feel like it might be easy work for him. I feel like he might catch him early, dude. And after he catches him, I know it takes Zhang a while to recover, dude.
Yeah.
And I think Joyce is just relentless, dude. He's just gonna go in there and go for the kill, and I say he knocks him knocks him out, dude, within 6 rounds, man.
Yeah, I could see that. Joyce, very good analysis, neighborhood hero on Reels. Bad Chaz, Joyce has the momentum going into this fight. His last fight, he scored an 11th round knockout over Joe Parker. Zhilei Zhang, last fight was a loss to Hrgovic. That loss said a lot. I think it's a fight where we saw Zhang kind of suffer from fatigue. Where Hrgovic couldn't take advantage of, but I see the big juggernaut taking advantage of that. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think Zhang, like you said, he has a little bit of stamina issues, especially in the later rounds.
Yeah.
I think Joyce is going to kind of have a little more gas in his tank, to kind of go out the duration of the fight. And then, Joyce has that, he has that bone density that's like 5 times greater than any other human being. So,
that's going to help him.
I just think, you can hit him, but man, it's just going to be like punching a brick wall, and I just see Joyce just kind of, kind of wearing down Zhang as the fight progresses. Maybe in between the 6th and somewhere after the 6th round, I see Joyce kind of
taking over. Yeah. Well said, guys. This is a fight I'm looking forward to, because it's going to be an action-packed fight. For however long.
Is it going to be an early one too?
It's going to be an early one. Thanks for pointing that out. It's out of London, so I believe the card for us here, Pacific Standard Time, will be 11 a.m. That's when the card starts. Main event probably about 2 p.m. Yeah, around there. But do not miss Joyce versus Zhilei Zhang this Saturday, over 12 rounds. All right, guys. Well, it's time to talk about the current events in boxing. Well, guys, we have the news that the rematch is set between Mauricio Lara and Leigh Wood. Fresh off their first fight, which was action-packed. This is scheduled for May 27th. Lara defending his title against Leigh Wood. Neighborhood hero Ryan Reels, will this be repeat or revenge, man?
You know what? I think it'll be repeat, and I think Wood will look good again early. And I think Lara's just that pressure, that power. He's just going to end up coming on late. And I think it's going to be the same ending, man. I think he's going to knock him out again, maybe later this time.
Yeah, and this is the fight where you impressed me. Where I was like, man, what is the neighborhood hero seeing? Because I thought Leigh Wood had figured him out in the first fight between the middle rounds. And you're like, no, watch, man. Lara's going to catch him. And sure enough, can Leigh Wood re-strategize to actually get a victory over Lara this time around? What do you think, man?
Yeah, I think he has a shot. I think it's great that they're doing a rematch.
Yeah.
That'll definitely, if he does lose, that'll kind of just confirm that, he doesn't belong in there with Lara. But yeah, I think that, if he takes advantage of his camp, you know what I mean? And kind of, fights a different fight, and kind of just has a little bit better of a strategy.
Right. Yeah. Not make the same mistakes, which I'm sure he has in the back of his mind. I'm going to try not to make the same mistake, get caught with that big left hook from Lara, man. But we're excited, man. Yeah. May 27th, the rematch, Mauricio Lara versus Leigh Wood. All right, guys. Also announced recently is the showdown between Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden. Bad Chaz, this is a fight that I didn't think would be made, at least not this soon.
Yeah, same here. I wasn't. They caught me off guard whenever they they had their back and forth conversation this Saturday. Top Rank had on there. I'm excited to see Taylor come out of the shed. We haven't seen him in a while, so it's kind of nice to see him fight. I'm just hoping that Teofimo Lopez, he can be there mentally.
Yeah. Good point. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, both of them coming off lackluster performances, but one has to give the edge to Josh Taylor because he's unbeaten, even though both fighters have 19 total fights. Josh Taylor's 19-0 with 13 KOs. Teofimo 18-1 with 13 KOs. So very similar pro experience, but we're giving the edge, or at least the betting odds are for Josh Taylor. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do, because if Taylor comes in somewhat at 100% or even 95%, 90%, he should easily beat Teofimo, man, just with those skills. But at the same time, if he's not, and he's, like I said, there's a big question mark with Taylor right now. And I want to say, dude, with Teofimo, he's a big underdog, like you said, with the betting odds. And I think that might help Teofimo. He doesn't have that pressure of trying to look spectacular,
That's true.
I mean, he could even win like in a sloppy win, maybe just outpointing him. So I feel like the pressure's on Taylor, honestly. And I feel like that's a good thing for Teo. So if Teo comes in like somewhat, like he did with Lomachenko, where he was, dialed in. Yep. He has a great chance of beating Taylor if Taylor's not 100%. But great fight, great matchup. I'm excited, and let the best man win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Bad Chaz, can one say Teofimo Lopez maybe performs at the level of his opponent, just to give him the benefit of the doubt? What do you think?
Yeah, I've seen that like in some of his recent fights, where he kind of comes down to their level, and he kind of just, like I said, like his mindset's not there. And just, he just kind of, if he could just do a little more of the basics, I guess, to kind of keep his opponent off him, especially Taylor. I know Taylor's good at, delivering the jab. And I believe Taylor's a southpaw as well, correct?
Yeah. Is he? I'm not sure.
So, I mean, that, he possesses some great quality and opposition for Teofimo to face. I hope Teofimo kind of comes in, just like you said, with that underdog mentality. He seemed like he benefited that way whenever he fought Lomachenko.
Exactly.
So you know what I mean. All those things are factors. So I hope the best, and I'm just glad to see that this fight got made.
We sure are happy to see it made. That is June 10th. Josh Taylor takes on Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden. All right, guys. Well, that concludes our podcast. Happy that we're together doing this, man. It's been a little minute. How are you guys feeling, man?
Oh, great, man. Glad to be back in the studio, man.
Yeah, I agree. Bad Chaz, how'd you spend your free time?
Oh, you know what? Just kind of getting back on track, man. Had like a couple loose ends I got to tie up, but you know what? It feels good to get back in the studio. It's refreshing to interact with you guys and talk about the sport we love. Yeah,
100%. Any shout outs that we want to make, guys?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Roger from Kerman. I actually met him at the Jose Ramirez Richard Comey fight.
Nice.
And we got to talk boxing. We got to talk about stuff around the valley. Just a cool dude, man. And he's one of our subscribers now. He's going to check out the channel. Nice to meet him, and hopefully we get to talk to him again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Bad Chaz, what do you say to our fans, man?
Oh, you know what? Thanks for following and subscribing, and just continue to help grow our channel. And if you guys ever have any questions about boxing or something that might be a little bit in the dark about, just don't be afraid to message the podcast, or whether on Instagram or drop some comments on the YouTube page.
Yeah, well said. Last but not least, shout out to sound guy Rob, cameraman Liam. Thank you guys for all your work. And with that said, guys, I am Coach D, along with neighborhood hero Ryan Rios and Bad Chaz, and we're out, guys.